All right. We should be good. Excellent name. Thank you for joining. Okay, so I believe we were talking about Rogue last we left off, but let's give it a second. Let's see here. Alright, so this is essentially what we want to create. This we could just delete. We've done this one. At least we've posted it in the completed section. We did, right? Okay, thank God. I was going to be worried if we didn't. This is what we have next. And let's keep it. This works. Okay, as always, we have to go and pretty much check out when they get their features. Always, always, always our first step. Welcome in. Happy to see you here. Okay, so three, 9, 13, 17. Uh, 3, 9, 13, 17. Okay, so in that case, we have the levels in. Now we need to think about what we want to give it. Well, I do know that immediately this is more of an RP thing, and so that is kind of like Mastermind and Inquisitive, so we're going to kind of look at those to kind of get a framework of how to best work with it. So let's check out this one. So they have better treatment to determine when someone is lying. You can use a bonus action to spot a hidden creature. Give the ability to essentially study them. You don't have advantage on the roll, but not if you have disadvantage. Okay. Alright, so what I'm thinking is nothing. How are you doing today? Glad to see you here. We are doing the Rogue Smuggler, the subclass. I believe it's what we talked about yesterday. That after we finished the monk and pretty much everyone started me falling asleep, we decided to go ahead and do the rogue next. So, it's going to be pretty RP based. And because of that, we're going to look at Inquisitive and Mastermind to essentially take a framework and see kind of like how they did it here to kind of replicate it in a balanced way. Which is always good. If you're ever homebrewing a subclass, it's always good to look at what is already official. So you see what D&D essentially gave the green light to. And then you can kind of know, okay, that makes, like, I'm not really stretching the bar here. Proficiency in sleight of hand. If you have that, then choose another rogue proficiency. Pretty much all of them are going to change it, but I see what you mean. We could give it to them kind of free. Well, actually, okay, so I think what we do, we essentially take this, right? Because what they did for a rogue here was that instead of giving them proficiency or anything, they just made it that you can at least roll a 8 on the dice. If you roll 7 or lower, you just say it's an 8. So I think we do the same thing with sleight of hand. That if you roll lower than a 7 or lower, it goes to 8. Yeah, let's definitely do that. Yeah, you can't get me with that one. I've seen them all at this point. Yeah. Yeah, I think that might be best. So they're pretty much gonna have 2 traits. I kind of like how they have it split up here. So let's shake this down to 20. Quick fingers. Okay. We'll pretty much kind of match the writing for consistency. And the next thing I want to do is I'm more stuck on what to call it, so for now we'll just call it detailed eye. And so for this one, it says that you can kind of get yeah, I'm not really doing that. What I want to do is so essentially, if the rogue spends time essentially researching the item, they get to learn a couple things about it. The first one being the price of the item, the rarity, location of demand. So essentially, I'm not too really versed with like the D&D cities. I know there's like Waterdeep and Baldur's Gate. What are the other ones? Regardless, let's say hypothetically you're playing in the Sword Coast, and the rogues, then you can learn, hey, this item is sold, has its highest demand in Waterdeep. So then they know, hey, you know, if we can hold on to it until we get there, then we'll sell it for a little more. Or rather easier. So this is essentially giving the rogue a benefit, the smuggler at least, being able to understand the value of something. So we want them to be able to identify the price of the item so they can know exactly how much it's going to sell for, how rare it is, the location where it should sell for a lot. Non-magical secrets the item holds, like a jacket having a secret pouch with drugs in it. Oh, you were talking about like to give them essentially like a coat they can hide stuff in. I already thought about that to an extent of I'm not sure which level I wanted to do, but for one, they're very, very good at sneaking weapons at least in. So a lot of times, like for me, sometimes my players have attended a banquet and it's like, hey, if you're trying to hide any weapons, then I need you to make that stealth check. So it could be that the smuggler can essentially guarantee any simple weapon, but still has to roll on a martial weapon. But they'll have bonuses to that. But I'm kind of also a fan of making it like a jacket to kind of give them secret sleeves that they can. That's essentially what they're doing. So they're putting it in there. Oh, when looking at an item, they can find the non-magical secret. So the only thing is, not every item will have a secret to it, but I think if it did have a secret, the first step is to know where it was made. And I think in general, knowing where something came from could play really nice into the smuggler's fantasy. So location of creation will be our next one. That way, if the item does have a secret, that would be my first step to guiding them there. And then also, if it doesn't have a secret, they could still use it to just know in general where things come from. Also, you need a Discord. I've thought about it. I just know it's a lot of maintenance to essentially run a Discord. No, this got a little loud. Let's just skip ahead. My main goal was to get to 1,000 subscribers and then start to put a lot of the official stuff to kind of have some people. I can help you that when I'm not working. I will gladly take the help when the Discord is made. You are the most active. I appreciate it. In that case, we'll probably, we could probably create it next week. It'll definitely help to kind of put alerts out when I stream. I'm not really a fan of putting YouTube posts. I never really see those going anywhere, but... Okay, so... I think for now, these things are pretty good. Can I start it now so you won't have to later? I can just pass ownership once you do use it. Feel free to. I am going to make a I'll probably make a Discord account for this specifically to not put my personal one. But yeah, if you feel like you want to do it, go for it. That being said, we could also just, yeah, we could probably just wait next week. I'll make it, and then I'll invite you, and then immediately promote you so you can do all your stuff with it. All right, let's think about this. 9th level. Ninth level for a smuggler. I mean, that's probably when we want to give it to them. They're gonna smuggle weapons. They should do it earlier rather than later. So let's see. What do they need? Sometimes it's hard to talk. What do they name the features? Misdirection. Okay, so what's a good word to give for the feature that allows you to essentially smuggle things in? Okay, I'll start making a Discord server once you're ready to use it. Just don't. Yeah, sure. If you want to start it, feel free. And then probably next week I'll make a Discord account. I can jump in it, and then we can essentially customize it together. We could probably do it over a stream too. Let's see what to do it. Names are always the hardest part for me. We're just gonna call it hidden cargo. Okay. I think this might be fair. Essentially, any simple weapon or object that is 10 pounds or lighter, you can sneak in, guaranteed. However, anything that's a martial weapon or is heavier, then you still have to make the roll. You can keep a number. Items equal to your proficiency bonus. Right, and these are items that they just can't find. Short of them taking extreme measures, then it'll be a different scenario, but for the most part, that's what we have. I also kind of want to give the smuggler like a contact and everything. That's just kind of like an RP thing. Okay, so let's actually make it the second part of this. Oh. In a fame in the underground empire to tribute. Let's say sell your goods anywhere. Gain the following benefits. Legal objects, wares, legal wares. Kaiju, welcome. How are you doing? I see we are creating a rogue subclass. This is a smuggler. So you may use any pens to sell illegal wares. Hold up. Okay. Yeah. I had to sneeze right there. Sorry about that. Excuse me. And at no reduced cost. Okay, so I think what we do is naturally when you sell things through a fence, they take a cut of that money. So this feature allows you to essentially be able to sell to anyone. Bless you, thank you so much. Be able to sell to anyone and not have that reduced cost. You may use your contacts to gain high value what is my favorite color? Just asking. So probably a theme with the channel is anything that's like a midnight blue, I'd suppose. We're making everything very midnight-ish. Personally, for me, I think I love red, but I mean, we could essentially... We're almost done with this. I think once we finish this, we could probably just customize the Discord up together. Start getting everyone in on it. Alright. These last two are going to be really hard to make. If you guys have any ideas, the time to hear them. Let's think. So We're essentially allowing them to identify wares. We're giving them the abilities to smuggle some stuff in and then be able to sell anywhere. Okay, so what we can do at 13th level is you gain the ability to essentially legalize an item is what I'm thinking. Remove all signs. And evidence. What about an underground passage? You are able to find spots to hide in when in the streets or the sewer of some kind, basically a hide in plain sight. It's a little bit of like what base rogue already kind of gets by speaking thieves can't. But I think your idea of like a nimble escape for smugglers is actually kind of a really good idea. Okay, so essentially what we can do is the forged license thing, I kind of might want to avoid that because I think there is one that is actually about like disguising yourself. Right, I think there was one that... Oh yeah, this one. It lets you create like false identities. So I want to take away from that. So what we can do is smuggled escape. Being valued the underground actually I will say this. Don't know how you spell vicinity. Oh. Vicinity's with an I. Who would have guessed? I mean, people who can spell it, right? Okay, so after enough escapes, you've gained the ability to locate the quickest exit within your vicinity. So the idea is this is not the safest exit, but the smuggler always knows where they can run out. Essentially head back. Okay, so what I'm also thinking is that the smuggler has like perfect recall. So within the last 7 days, any path or route that you took, you just kind of automatically remember where you walk through. Okay, so let's do that. 17th level, the ultimate ability for a smuggler. So I think we give this one a two-parter. The first one is I know a guy. Second one is I am the guy. Actually, I mean, can't do I am the guy if they're playing girl character. That wouldn't work. Ooh, I got one. Okay. We're going to call it supply. And then the other one's going to be demand. Okay. Is 10,000 too much? This is the ability that you can essentially use this feature to get items to your party, kind of as a smuggler. 10,000 might be too much. Let's do 1,000. So you gain the ability to receive any material or object 1,000 gold or lower. Actually, 10,000 is pretty fair. Because like a wizard is smugglers is kind of hard to do. It is a bit. But so here's the thing. You're level 17. A wizard is able to cast Wish at this point, and they can already create an object worth 25,000 gold. Right, if I go to the spell here. So having a rogue being able to... Yeah, so it's right here. So let's do that. In that case... but we're gonna make it the same thing as Wish. 1,000 gold or lower. When using this feature... I don't want to say you necessarily lose the influence. That part is a little hard. Because with Wizards and Wish, it's pretty easy to say, hey, like, you simply lost the magic to cast it. With Rogues, it's a little different. What we could do is we can make them roll, and there's the chance that the object gets lost in transport. So they're rolling to see if they get it. Question is, what is a fair roll? I think 33% is fine. It's kind of like the opposite of Wish in a sense. So they can roll a d100 whenever they use this feature. And if it's 33 or lower, the object got lost in transport. A 1d4 since it's weaker than Wish. Like a 1d4 is what they roll. And like on a 1, they lose it. It's like a 25%. Or do we do 1 and 2? We could do like 1 and 2, it's lost, 3, it's damaged, 4, it gets there. I'm using this feature roll. Determine the success. On a 1. Yeah, let's put it over here. The item is lost. Three. And 4. In perfect condition. And then I have an idea. Each time an 1 to 2 is rolled. So what if we do this? Tell me what you think about this one. Is that each time they roll the d4 and they get the 1 or 2, they then have to essentially replicate what Wish does. So they have to roll for the 33% chance, and if they get that, then they've lost influence that they can no longer use this feature anymore. It's kind of like you've used up your street cred. I think I'm a fan of that. Additional. Seems too harsh for something not as powerful as Wish. That is true. But the difference is like, well, I guess they would still be using this once a day. Which is the issue. Now, honestly, I think I agree with you. Nothing like the idea is at level 17 they can kind of use this to get very rich, but as they should. You're a smuggler. It's literally like in your job to be able to get rich. This plays into the next one, demand. Precision and even gained the ability to manipulate it. I know I spelled this wrong. Precision. Maybe this one will work. I thought about something else, and that is... No, never mind. I won't do that idea. Okay. These ones are pretty simple, but I think they kind of just hit home for what it's meant to do. So by the end, at level 17, it's kind of built to start making them pretty rich. But perfectly fine with that. At level 17, you're kind of near the end of the game. And they've invested quite some time. Odds are they're probably already rich. I just wonder if there's something else we can give for the 13th level. What are the max levels for these ones? Oh, you know what? Actually, is there a way to do that? What if there's a system to use their sneak attack damage and they can roll that for more gold? In a way, the only issue is what is a fair amount of ratio to do that? That could be kind of cool. Do we just simply make it 1 gold per? Or do we double it? So what if they, when they go sell to their personal fence or their guild or their sponsor, whoever it is, when they make that sale, they get to roll their sneak attack damage, and that's double that. That's the amount of extra gold that they get. And that gives them a reason to go back to their fence versus going anywhere. Is that they could get that extra gold. So I think that part's nice. Maybe an on-kill thing. If you kill something, gain the amount of gold equal to the amount of excess damage. It'd be a little hard to implement that, but I think what we could do, nothing is kind of piggybacking off your idea. What if they can automatically essentially loot? Like if they loot a corpse or a dead body, they don't miss anything. Because a lot of times when players want to loot something, they have to make an investigation check to see if they find everything on the person. What if as a smuggler, you automatically find everything? And we could kind of make that the 13th level. I was going to call it Nifty Fingers, but... Let's say prime looter. We'll say unless hidden by magical means. If the creature is alive, you instead receive all objects possessed and may choose one to pickpocket. Maybe that's okay. So maybe what we do is that if they're dead, you automatically get all of them, but if they're alive, the DM essentially provides you with a list of everything they have, and then you choose one object that you're pickpocketing from that list. So it's like, hey, they have their coin purse, they have a very fancy looking pocket watch, they have a dagger, you know, and then the smug is like, hey, I'm going for the coin purse, or I'm going for the dagger. All right, I think we got this one. In that case, I'll put a star on it because we can go over it some other time. Kind of get more ideas with it. But I think what I want to do next is let's set up this Discord together. So I know you've already been working on it. I'm gonna go ahead and make a new account. So it'll take me some time, so keep working, and then we'll do this together. Okay, when you're ready, you can friend me. Nothing empty is your friending. Awesome. All right, just give me a moment. All right. All right, nothing. I'm gonna send the request. Yeah. This Rogue One was pretty fun. Definitely more fun than the than the monk, but sometimes you get those. All right. Perfect. All right. So we're getting it down. Monk was boring. Yeah, it definitely was. We had as much. It's again, it wasn't that Monk itself like sucks or anything. There's no hate towards it. It's just that they did a good job giving Monk everything it needed to get at the beginning, like in the base class. That when you made a subclass, it has to be very, very unique in a sense. Okay, so oh man, I've not interacted with this stuff in quite some time. The Dark Knights, Defenders of the Coffee. Um, I like this. Sup from Iceland. I've been a DM for 24 years. That is amazing. Currently running Faerun and Sword Coast started in Icewind Dale. 2 years running that campaign. I had a DM who we wanted to run Icewind Dale and didn't like the idea that Goliaths would be resistant to cold. So he kind of wanted to remove that feature. It became a big whole drama thing. All right, so server settings. But welcome, Raggy. Nice to see you here. We just created a subclass. We're now creating a Discord together to kind of start putting everyone in it. For now, Voodoo Warlock. Ooh. I just realized the music stopped for some reason. Let's get it back in. Voodoo Warlock is indeed a very, very cool idea. 2 years and my party's still in Icewind Dale and are soon about to face Aurul, a Frost Maiden. Ooh. Is it Aurul? Auril? I think it's Auril. I would never know because we never got to do it. But it was a lot of fun. Wings Dings, welcome. Okay. Let's just make it this. Yeah, save changes, save changes. Community update channel server. I don't know what it's trying to say for the rest of it. I am so confused. I think it might be saying there's something wrong with trying to upload that specific picture. Okay, so nothing. Did you give yourself the ability to like make channels and everything? Manage roles. This way you can help me out in creating stuff too. Create invites. Oh, this is weird. We can definitely check these out pretty soon. Yes, should I take that away from myself? No, I do. I want you to have it. All right, so I know we could eventually set a bot to be able to like be like, "Hey guys, I'm streaming." Is that what this is? Activity alerts. I am so out of my league here. I've not done with anything with Discord in a while. I could probably table this for now as long as we have it created. I can put the link for the server. And then what I could do is probably watch a video at some point about how to like manage it and everything. And then we could go from there. All right. I'll post that for anyone in the chat to join in. Can you join a call? Yeah, sure. That should work. Welcome, welcome. I won't be in here for too long. Yeah, no worries. Oh. Yeah, no, I think so. Essentially, as far as right now, the idea is we'll make a channel for like homebrew ideas for people to be like, hey, I made homebrew. Can people review this? Or also, hey, I had an idea. Let's create like this subclass. And then Yeah, that'd be much appreciated. And then as we go through the progress in the months, we'll find what other ideas we get. Eventually, we'll start to categorize the different homebrew content. So it'll be like subclasses, monsters, items, all that other stuff. So we'll get pretty specific, but right now you could be you could just be very vague with it. So don't be afraid to kind of do as you see fit. But all right, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'll hop out of here, but thank you for tuning in. I always appreciate it. Thank you for helping me here too. No, 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 no. Take your time with it. Don't feel like you have to stay up. I appreciate it. All right, I'll go back to the stream. Thank you. All right, hopping up. All right. Nothing. You do not have to lose sleep to set this up. We have a lot of days. Okay, so we've set this up pretty nicely so far. We'll customize it overall much later, but for now we can essentially end it here and continue on next time for another subclass. I think on the next stream we might go back to map building for the next one and then do the subclasses after, or kind of in tandem. Probably what I want to maybe start doing is we do a subclass at the start, then dive into the map building. And then we'll start having some other ideas as we get more people in. You must get this done. You don't have to. I am going to log out of this Discord account for the night. I'll join back on it periodically, but again, nothing. Please don't stress yourself out doing it. With that though, I'll go ahead and start posting the Discord link on a lot of my YouTube videos, so we might start getting some people join. As always, nothing. You can kind of be common sense with it. If you see anyone saying stuff that's very, very, very inappropriate, feel free to remove them. But with that, if anyone is still here, the Discord link is up there. Feel free to jump in and say hi to nothing. Feel free also to just jump in that chat. Sometimes I'll jump in there with you guys if I'm on, and then other times you can talk with other people and have discussions and stuff like that. Wait, it's not done yet? All right, sure. Yeah, I can wait then a couple days before I post it on the videos in the descriptions. So I'll wait, like, I can wait till essentially next Friday, give it like a week. That way we can comfortably set everything up before we get a lot of people joining in. For now, it's in this chat. We have 4 people watching right now, so it shouldn't be anything too crazy. All right, with that, everybody have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. If you came in late and missed us creating the Smuggler Rogue subclass, tune in next time. We're going to create much more. We have all of these so far, so we can actually put that in and create the rest of these with me. With that, everyone have a great night. Grab yourself a nice cup of coffee and take care. Until next time.